I think there are a lot of dynamics involved related to universal salvation, whether everybody will be saved. Let me talk about the issue of free will, and then I'll try to branch off into a couple other areas. John Wesley addressed that at great length, and he used the term liberty instead of free will. And he said that people make decisions every day out of their liberty or their free will. And but he says that God can convert people without violating their free will. It is through the power of unconditional love. God just keeps loving us and loving us and loving us until we do the right thing, until we give in to God's love. And he says that people who are converted to Christianity, that they have not had their free will violated. It is through an act of free will that they eventually accept salvation. They accept God in their life. And so that is, I guess, the basic understanding as I would have. We all have free will. We all use it every day. We decide what to eat for breakfast or whatever. But when it comes to the issue of our eternal destinies, I don't think God would allow us to have free will. And God does allow free will, but that's not the final answer. I believe God never would have created humans in such a way that where they could resist God forever. Because that would mean we would be just as powerful as God. And so I don't believe we had the ability to resist God forever. And like I say, I believe it is the issue of the power of unconditional love and unlimited time. Because we don't have to be converted in this life. You know, there are opportunities later. You know, like the 1 Peter passage talks about Jesus going to rescue the lost people in hell. And so if you have the power of unconditional love and an unlimited amount of time, God can convert anybody. And in fact, I've told many people that, you know, they say, well, what about Hitler? You know, well, he's so terrible. How could he ever be saved? Well, of course, when people say that, they are indicating they think they are basically pretty good people and that bad people can't be saved. Well, we're all sinners. And so, but no matter how bad people are, I think God will eventually save everyone. In fact, I've made this bold statement saying, you give me enough time, I could convert Hitler. I guarantee I could. Why not? I could befriend him, and I could continue to love him and be persistent in reaching out to him and being supportive and encouraging. Give me enough time, I could convert Hitler. Now, I know there's nothing in the Bible that says people have the ability, I or anybody else has the ability to convert Hitler. But I think I could do that. If I could do it, surely God can. And so I think God doesn't give up on any of us. And that relates to the passage in 1 Peter. It says Jesus went to preach the good news to the lost, and he went to preach the good news to those who were lost in the flood at the time of Noah. So that is of great significance, because the Bible says that they were the most evil people that have ever lived on the face of the earth at that time. That's why God sent the flood, according to that passage. I don't believe in a worldwide flood, but apparently there was a major flood. There have been a lot of major floods over the years, and that have killed a lot of people and so on. So it's not surprising there would be a story of a huge flood that would kill a lot of people. But regardless of that, but the understanding or the teaching of that particular Bible passage is that they were the most evil people that have ever lived on the face of the earth, so God sent a flood to wipe them out. But there was 8 people, Noah and his family, 8 people in all, that were basically pretty good people. So he thought, well, there's some hope for them, so I won't allow them to be killed. Build the ark. And anyway, so they were the most evil people that have ever lived on the face of the earth, and Jesus went to save them. That's of great significance. And so he didn't go to save basically pretty good people who just weren't quite good enough to get into heaven. He went to save the most evil people that have ever lived on the face of the earth. And if there's hope for them, there surely should be hope for everybody else.